About to get out.
Okay, now it is the true dream team. I have Mr. Upshaw, Mr. Reed, Mr. Morad, Magistrate. I have you. I have your Madam Clerk. I mean, it really much better at this point.
We got a good crew. Happy holidays, gentlemen.
Feel blessed.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, state your name for the record.
Eric J. Howard.
Case number 240-607-9601. Precinct Michigan versus Eric Eugene Howard. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Good afternoon. Steve Benson for the people, P70917.
And Randall Upshaw, P number 43574, on behalf of Mr. Howard, Your Honor.
Okay. Wait for reading, stand mute, Mr. Upshaw.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right, court order not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Mr. Vincent, what's your bond recommendation?
Thank you, Magistrate. And this doesn't have anything to do with Mr. Upshaw. Actually, it does, because I probably would have been asking for more, but for the fact that he's on this case, not a flight risk whatsoever, but a supreme danger, at least based on the charges as well as the allegations. We're going to be asking for a $500,000 cash surety bond. We allegedly have an individual that ended up shooting somebody at a store, but then subsequent to the shooting, allegedly he chased down that individual in the store just to shoot him again. And then we have an individual who left only to go to his child's mother's house, where his child's mother didn't want to allegedly have anything to do with him, and he starts recklessly firing that gun again. And then we have the defendant who was subsequently arrested, apparently the same individual. We have him, in the same clothing that he was identified with. He's got an uphill battle. We do feel as though he's a supreme danger. This happened on the 27th, so it was just a couple of days ago, Judge. Respectfully, we're asking for that high cash bond.
Mr. Upshaw, your response?
Your Honor, in case I make a mistake, it's because I don't have exact access to the police files, of course. But my understanding is, in my investigation, the victim who allegedly knew these individuals, and I have seen individuals that look alike, very much so, has not identified this Mr. Howard here. The police questioned him, and if I stand corrected, please correct me, but he's saying that this person didn't do anything to him. I understand that there's something where it covers someone's face or something of that nature, and sadly to say most of my clients have no style in clothing, so all their clothes look similar anyway. But Judge, I would just state that if the victim who knows who's there and seen him has not came and identified this man in the lineup or said it was this person, that weighs a lot. And I would tend to show the rightful people at the preliminary exam or at trial. But if that's not the case, Judge, I ask you to strongly consider that. And that's a very strong reason why my client should be granted a much more reasonable bond, if a bond at all. Has there been an allegation that it was Mr. Eric Howard that did this shooting?
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Vincent, but I believe there was a identification of Mr. Howard in this case, if I remember correctly.
You know what I believe there was as well. On top of the fact we have that, I don't know if right now if it's considered a statement or an excited utterance. I don't think the investigator's report was too clear, but he had the child's mother that was speaking to the police, letting them know that the defendant ended up telling her that he had just shot somebody. There's a lot going on here. I can appreciate
Right.
Mr. Upshaw's position, but we're going to stick to our high cash.
Yeah, and I would be inclined to agree with you, Mr. Upshaw, in terms of if there's identity question and there's a likelihood of conviction in this matter. But I believe there is it was if I recall correctly when I did the public was hearing this morning on this early this morning that it was an identification and coupled with what Mr. Vincent said. So I do find him a danger to the community. $200,000 cash surety, GPS tether, house arrest if he's able to post bond. No contact with David Ditlake nor Carmelo Walker. He's not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. I assume this is an unaffordable bond, Mr. Upshaw?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, bond redetermination here on Tuesday, December 3rd, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, December 9th, preliminary examination, December 16th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Is there anything else either counsel wants to put on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing for the people.
Okay, okay. Continue to have a happy holiday weekend. All right, thank you.
Thank you. You too, Mr. Vincent.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, DDC next. What's your name?
Eugene Duhart.
All right, Mr. Rice Duhart has two cases. Case number 240-460-3501 and case number 240-460-3601. Pure State of Michigan versus Eugene Rice Duhart. These have the same complaining witness and they occurred a day apart. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Regarding both matters, Steve Benson, P71917.
Rod Murad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Rice Duhart, we waive reading. Mr. Duhart stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, I'm not going to be objecting to a personal on either. They're being charged as misdemeanors. I am going to be asking for a tether as well as a curfew on the first case. Allegedly, that was the incident that took place at 8 a.m. on the 26th, where this defendant ended up causing injuries to the complainant, then only for the next day to come to the complainant's residence, and there was another domestic issue. Judge, these are recent. We feel as though there's a level of danger, and respectfully, we're asking for that monitorization.
Mr. Rod, just to issue a tether, does he have an alternate place to stay besides the Archer address?
Yes, Judge. I got it, sir. I'm going to do all the talking on your behalf today. Mr. Rice Duhart, it does have a residence where he's going to be residing with his uncle, not the Archer address. Judge, no other cases between these two that I'm aware of. No assaultive history whatsoever. He's got a head chef job that he's to start Monday on. I know that tether would likely, cost him that job.
Head chef where?
Yes. Go ahead. Now you can answer that, Mr. Rice Duhart.
I'm a head chef at Perfect Game in Farmington.
And where?
Perfect Game in Farmington on 9 Mile Grand River.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Rod.
The only additional things I want to add is that he's earned a bachelor's degree. He indicates
From where?
Go ahead. Answer.
From where?
Oh, from Wayne State University.
What'd you get your degree in?
Sociology and criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Are you a Tiger or a warrior?
I'm a warrior, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Rod.
I mean, that's basically it. He's denying some of the allegations, and he has some explanations for some of the contents in the report. But at this time, we're just asking for personal bond, no tether. He's got another place to stay.
Okay, I'm going to give him a tether just for the mere fact that these are back-to-back instances, and I'm not sure if tempers have cooled. So I'm gonna give him a GPS tether, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. No contact with the complaining witness. You're not to have any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. For both cases, pre-trial December 11th in front of Judge Garrett. Is there anything else you want to put on the record, Mr. Murad?
No, what was the bond amount, Judge?
$50,000 personal bond. Like I said, can't go back to the archer address. No handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. GPS tether, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Yes.
I ain't gonna know what's next week on Monday.
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah.
December 11th. What's your name, sir?
David McCracken's children.
Mr. McCracken.
Yes,
Case
sir.
number 240-607-9401. People City, Michigan versus David McCracken. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson, P71917.
Ryan Murad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. McCracken. We waive the reading. Mr. McCracken stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of the client. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, I actually see this one going both ways. I think you can make an argument for the idea defendant's a danger, but at the same time, I think you could make an argument that this defendant was just reacting to somebody who was getting inside of his house. The only thing that works against him is, at least the way I read it, the pointing of the firearm was against the people that didn't unlawfully enter his house. And then we have the firing of the gun. Judge, if I had any assaultive past, I would be asking for a cash. I don't. So respectfully, I'm just going to be asking for a high personal.
You know, Mr. Vincent, I read it the exact same way you did as well. It
Yeah.
cut both ways. And I'm like, oh, and I thought to myself, what would Mr. Vincent say?
I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering his approach, and I can really appreciate it. I'd ask you to adopt his recommendation, Judge.
Yeah, the tricky one.
And because it is his house, and that's a little mitigating. No criminal history. Well, like he's an habitual fourth.
No assaultive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he employed, Mr. Rod?
Judge, he's retired from Detroit Manufacturing Systems.
Retired. How long has he been retired?
Go ahead, Mr. McCracken. You can answer that, sir.
I've been retired a year, sir. I had a stroke and a knee replacement. A forced retirement.
Okay, $50,000 personal bond. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with Zariah Reed nor Olivia Wallace. Pre-trial, probable cause, December 6th, preliminary examination, December 13th, both in front of Judge Giles. Step aside, have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's your name?
Gary Duran Chantier Place.
All right, this is case number 240-607-9901. People City, Michigan versus Darius Lacey. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson, P71917.
And Rad Murad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Lacey. We waive the formal reading. Mr. Lacey stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Lacey. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, this is the flip side of the other case. I see this very clearly. The defendant had no regard whatsoever for life. It's a scary incident. Unfortunately, a young child ended up getting shot in the process of this whole thing. While that child was sleeping, there's video as well as the defendant being ID'd, and we can all read the allegations. I'm going to be asking for a $500,000 cash assured.
Mr. Murad.
Sorry, Your Honor, just one brief moment. Okay. Judge,
One
I'm
brief
Mr.
moment in
Lacey.
time.
Nope, I'm ready. He's 25 years old, Judge. He's a life resident. He has a stable residence with his mother and sister. He indicates, Judge, that he understands they have no contact with the complainant. For Mr. Lacy, Judge, there's no criminal history whatsoever. There's no pending cases against him. He's unemployed. I think he would be a good candidate for a home confinement GPS tether. And he should just get the benefit of the doubt with his presumption of innocence. I think there are multiple parties who have, who are accused in this particular matter. I'm not certain as to whether or not culpability is greater for one or greater than one. But nonetheless, because of his lack of prior criminal history, because of his lack of KP's history, I'd ask that his presumption of innocence be given the benefit of the doubt. And I'd ask for a GPS tether, home confinement, and personal bond.
Well, he's going to get that and a cash bond. And the reason for that, Mr. Murad, is that an innocent 2-year-old was shot in the leg. In addition, it looks like the defendant's son was also in the house and potentially endangered him, along with many other folks that were also in the household. But a careless, allegedly, shooting an innocent 2-year-old got caught in the middle of adult affairs. He's a danger to the community. So I'm going to adopt the recommendation of Mr. Vincent, $500,000 cash surety. While the case is pending, no handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons, no contact with the Dickerson address, GPS tether, house arrest, bond redetermination. Tuesday, December 3rd, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, December 9th, preliminary examination, December 16th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Judge, I want to know where.
What's your name?
Hello, how are you? My name is Tylee Day. Tylee Demetrius Day.
Tyler Demetrius Day.
Yes, sir.
Case number 240-607-9501. Houston, Michigan versus Tylee Day. Excuse me, Tylee Demetrius Day.
Yes,
Appearances,
sir.
please.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent for the people.
And Ryan Murad, PA 3665, on behalf of Mr. Day, we waive the reading. Mr. Day's been advised of his rights and stands mute.
All right, Corey, not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Day. Mr. Murad, why should I not give him a cash bond?
Judge, he's denying that this is him. This is a wrong place, wrong time. But I can tell you this is, it appears that there is a dispute with regard to, I'm sorry, one moment. There's a dispute with regard to hair length in the description. He indicates that this is a situation where, he just didn't leave. He just didn't, he may have been at a place, but he did not, flee or leave or go away or run. He indicates that he wasn't hiding from anything. He does have priors, Judge, but despite all that, he's been working at Walmart from 6 to 2, Monday through Friday. He has a stable residence with his family, his mother, his sister, his niece and nephew. He's been in Michigan his whole life. He has no idea who this complaining witness is. It doesn't appear that there's any allegation of a relationship between the two. There is a description of a shooting, but how strong and how certain are we that there's enough information contained within this report to deprive somebody of their liberty, that being Mr. Day at this time when it comes to identification. So for those reasons, Judge, coupled with the fact that this is a few-month-old case that looks like it just got entered today, I would ask the court to consider release on personal bond and tether. That's what my request is for. There's not an ongoing situation.
Okay. Mr. Vincent, go ahead.
I'll make an argument for you not giving a cash bond. I don't think a cash bond would be enough. We're asking for a remand under 6.106 B1 lowercase I lowercase double I and uppercase B. As you gentlemen can see, he's been previously convicted of 2 prior home invasion first degrees within the last 15 years. And now we have an individual charged with an AWIM. I disagree with defense counsel. He's been ID'd as the shooter. We have a video still shot of a picture of the defendant that strongly resembles the individual in that still shot. And then we have this. Oh, and on top of that, we just had a conviction for this individual about a month and a half ago for an A and B. He's assaulted. He's assaulted. He's a danger.
Okay. Mr. Rod, you said he was working?
Yes, Your Honor. He's working at Walmart from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Forgive me, I have to ask this. Is he a greeter?
I don't know, Judge. I don't know. If it gets him a personal bond, he's a greeter.
For the reasons stated by Mr. Vincent, I'm going to remand him to custody of Wayne County Jail while his case is pending. Probable cause December 9th, preliminary examination December 16th in front of Judge Taylor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry?
What was that bond amount?
Remand is the Wayne County Jail.
Do you notice, Mr. Murad, your muscles don't scare me anymore? I just, I'm not intimidated by your burly.
It's only because I haven't been working out. That's why. Just give me a couple months.
What's your name, sir?
Antonio Hill.
All right, this is case number 240-607-9701. Houston, Michigan versus Antonio Hill.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent, for the people.
And Ryan Murad, P83665 on behalf of Mr. Hill. We waive the reading. Mr. Hill stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
All right, court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Hill. Mr. Vincent, bond recommendation.
Judge, it's not assaultive. There is a level of danger whenever you have an individual who's drinking in a vehicle and then he's got a gun by his side. I don't even believe he was supposed to be on the roadway in the first place. He's got warrants all over town for DWLSs. But with all of that being said, Judge, we're not going to be objecting to a personal bond at this time, non-assaultive, with any conditions you feel appropriate.
No objection to personal bond, Judge.
Okay, $10,000 personal bond, no alcohol, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No driving while this case is pending, sir. No driving.
Yes, sir.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Outside, have a good day. Oh, December 9th, probable cause. December 16th, preliminary examination.
Have a seat.
Yes, Mr. Upshaw? Unmute, Mr. Upshaw.
Judge.
Yes. Unmute, Mr. Upshaw. What's your name, sir?
Jeff Dempsey DeLong. Jeff Dempsey DeLong.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Upshaw, what can I do for you?
Your Honor, I was wondering if on the tether, could you make it that he can hire the private tether company as opposed to just having Wayne County?
No, you can address that issue Tuesday with the bond redetermination hearing.
Thanks for being heard, John. Have a good day.
No problem. All right, Mr. DeLong, this is case number 240 6080001. People say Michigan versus Jack DeLong. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
And Rod Marad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Jack DeLong, we waive the reading. Mr. DeLong's been advised of his rights and stands mute.
Court a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. DeLong, given the nature of the offense, ties, community, lack of criminal history, and objects to a personal bond.
No, magistrate.
No, Judge.
$5,000 personal bond, sir, while this case is pending. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause December 6th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 13th in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Did Antonio Long have other charges? Antonio Hill, I mean. Antonio Hill? Yeah, did he have other charges?
He just had a gun and open intoxicants.
Okay, that's why he got a different name. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Okay, state your name, sir.
Devontae, a short line.
What's your name?
Devontae, a short line.
All right, it's case number 24060800201. Pearson, Michigan versus Devontae Lanham. Appearances, please.
Thank you, magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I just need a moment to get his paperwork. Just a moment.
Can you put your appearance on the record first?
Rod Marad, P83665, on behalf of Mr. Lanham, we waive the reading. Mr. Lanham stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
All right, court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Lanham. Given the nature of the offense, lack of criminal history, ties, community, any objection to a personal bond?
None from the people.
No objection.
$5,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you not possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Probable cause December 6th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 13th in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside. Have a good day.
All right.
What's your name?
Joseph Troy Alexander.
Case number 24060800301. People say Michigan versus Joseph Troy Alexander. Appearances, please.
Thank you, magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
Ryan Marad, P83665, on behalf of Joseph Alexander, we waive the reading. Mr. Alexander stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Alexander. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, you may disagree. We're going to be asking for monitorization. We're not going to be objecting to a personal. As you can see, based on the investigator's report, but I went digging on it as well. He has that prior misdemeanor R&O that he has a warrant out for. I believe it's a probation violation. And here we have a defendant who is being non-compliant with the police. They ended up threatening him with a tether, and that's when the defendant ended up complying.
Yeah, the taser.
Smartly, yeah, a taser.
Yeah, taser. Okay.
So sorry. So
Okay.
That's our request.
Okay, Mr. Rod, just the issue of tether. Why should I not give him a tether?
Because he doesn't miss court. It's not assaultive. He was scared. He was asking.
He doesn't miss court. Did you say that?
Yeah. Did I miss something?
Okay, go ahead. I'm just checking.
I apologize, Judge, but he is, he's 37 years old. He's got 2 kids. He's working full time. This is a non-assaultive case. No need to track him. He understands that he's charged with a felony and he's going to show up to court. For those reasons, I'm asking you to do personal with no tether. And he actually
probation violation. That's what the warrants are for. I don't know the report. It doesn't say. It just says in the report probation violation.
Is that the one from like 10 years ago?
I don't know, Mr. Rod.
I've tried and tried to take care of it, and they will not take me on it.
All right, $10,000 personal bond, probable cause December 6th, preliminary examination December 13th, both in front of Judge Giles. Step aside, Mr. Alexander.
I'm sorry, what's the PCC date? One more time.
Probable cause December 6th, preliminary examination December 13th, both in front of Judge Giles. Step aside, sir. What's your name, sir?
Andre Edwards from the market.
All right, it's case number 240-607-9801. Please say the Michigan versus Andre Edwards. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson for the people.
Ride Marad, PA 3665, on behalf of Mr. Andre Edwards. We waive the reading. Mr. Edwards stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Edwards. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, it's serious, but I don't have any current probation or parole issues. At this time, we're not going to be objecting to a personal.
No objection.
$10,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you're not to go to the Grand River address where this incident allegedly occurred. Is that clear?
Yes. So I cannot go.
You cannot go to the Grand River address where this incident allegedly occurred. You cannot go to Norris Liquor Express. You cannot go to the front door. I don't want you on that block. $10,000 personal bond. Probable cause December 6th. Preliminary examination December 13th. Both in front of Judge Giles. Am I clear, Mr. Edwards?
Yes. Yes, Honor.
Okay, step aside. Step aside. Have a good day.
Thank you. Let me see if I can get some more sheets, Judge.
More sheets.
Mr. Reed, if you would, it would help me in my recommendation. Is your gal going to Columbia for the church, or is she just going for recreation?
It's actually her and some friends of hers. I am not going, but she's been planning this trip.
Oh,
So
I thought she was going on a missionary trip.
man, I'd be a missionary and go with her, but hey, I stay here and work.
You know, a missionary
Travel
trip.
on Monday, so
A missionary trip to Columbia. That's what I was thinking.
she's going to Columbia, God willing. She's early in the morning. That's all right.
What's your name, sir? What is your name?
Demetrio Raul Gomez.
All right, it's case number 240-6080-101. People said Michigan versus Demetrio Raul Gomez. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson, P71917.
And Ryan Marad, PA 3665, on behalf of Mr. Gomez. We waive the reading. Mr. Gomez stands mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, we're asking for a 50,000 cash or surety. We're asking for a tether as well as a curfew. Priors include a September 14th of 22 controlled substance delivery manufacturer. Ironically, allegedly, he ends up being found with like a tube of fentanyl or something in this particular matter. But we have a defendant allegedly who broke into the complainant's residence, mother of his child, twice within a day. Scary, unwanted in terms of his presence and assaultive. So respectfully, we're asking for that cash.
Mr. Rod?
Sorry, I just need one moment for his paperwork. It's almost ready. Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize for the wait. I'd like to advise that my client's 23 years old, indicates that he's a life resident, and that he's not employed. He indicates that he doesn't have any assaultive history. Mr. Vincent will correct me if I'm mistaken, but I don't believe there's an assaultive history. He's not employed. He's relying on government assistance. He does take some medication that he's not received. I understand that the charges are serious. I would still ask the court to consider release on personal and some sort of maybe GPS tether. I'm trying to look at the investigator's report to find any, independent injury or something along that line to really, hone in on the danger. But it seems that the complainant actually denies having injuries in this report and that medics are refused. I think for those reasons, a personal bond would be appropriate. He's not employed, so I think you could confine him to his house. But given the absence of injury, Judge, really, I don't think that the danger component isn't one that can be addressed with a GPS tether and no contact. So that's what I'm asking the court for.
You need to interview the senior.
All right, I'm gonna give a $50,000 personal bond. GPS tether, house arrest. No contact with the complaining witness. No contact with the Central Street address where this incident allegedly occurred. Also, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons while this case is pending. Is that clear, sir? Is that clear, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I hear you. Probable cause, December 6th, preliminary examination, December 13th, both in front of Judge Sabri. Step aside, sir. Are we ready to go on the female side?
Your Honor, I was advised that we just got on that camera. I think as soon as Mr. Gomez stepped in front of the camera, we just finished his interview. So we're gonna need at least a few more minutes before the females are ready.
Mr. Morat, I think you guys only have one. Mr. Reed has one. And just to give you the heads up, it's a DV and an NDOP, and I'm not going to be objecting to a personal on that.
Awesome.
Which one is that? Which one is that, Mr. Vincent?
That one's on branch. We're just going to be asking for a no contact, but not objecting to a personal.
Okay.
And Mr. Darion Drew has not been final charge.
Correct. Correct.
Right.
Mr. Reed, you ever been to Colombia?
I never have. No.
No. South America?
No. Central America.
Central America?
Yeah, I've been to Belize and British Honduras and all that.
Oh, yeah. Those are beautiful. Yeah.
It was gorgeous. But I want to go to Colombia, but I think it's kind of dangerous. I don't know if I'm
That's
going.
what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Huh?
Yeah.
So with Drew, I guess tomorrow I'll be leaving church or coming out the pulpit and going down doing the arraignment and then going back up there again.
You know what? I'll compartmentalize it because I'm going to be on the docket tomorrow. That name, how do you spell it?
Derryon. Darion. Last name is Drew. Drew.
Okay. Okay.
23 years old, and I think it's the same thing, CCW, whatever.
Does the court have your number to give you a telephone call and just so you don't have to wait or anything? Maybe they can just holler at you, right before we start or something.
That would be nice. If you can give me a number to call you, I'll call you and say, hey, or you can call me and say, Reed, we're up, and I'll walk out the door.
I don't know if I should. That may be a little bit of a conflict, but if the court calls you, I mean, I imagine Magistrate Burton or Marcy or Madam Clerk or somebody might do that for you.
Man, I appreciate that because I need it. I was hoping to get rid of both of them today so I could be free tomorrow. It's first Sunday. I know. So that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
I'm preaching on grace, so that's all I'm looking for is grace.
Grace is good.
Grace and mercy, yeah, both of them.
Grace is good. Mercy is good.
It is.
God is good. Life is
all
good.
The time. Yeah, I can't complain. I could have been going down the lodge where the man went north.
I heard about that.
Wasn't that horrible?
I heard about that. I mean, you know what? I was trying to figure out though, what part where you could actually go onto the lodge and think you're going the right way, or if they weren't of sound mind, like where does it allow you to go the wrong way? I didn't understand that.
Well, it depends on if you got Hennessy or Patron in your system. I'm sure that's a rule. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, you have to do a quick UE. You're doing a quick UE onto, one of the, from the service drive onto the exit ramp or the entry ramp at that point. I mean,
it had to be where the casino is at Grand River, right there. It had
to
be.
Okay.
That's what happened,
Oh, you're right, where they just split and one goes off and one's going on and they're going the wrong way, and then the collision.
Oh my God, that poor lady lost her life.
I know. It's really sad.
It could have been one of us. That's what makes it, you know what I mean? Grace stopped me from going that way, but I don't go to the casino, so they didn't have to worry about me being right there.
I mean,
it's sad.
You know what I believe, Mr. Reed? Everything in moderation. You know what?
That's all it is. Everything.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things, do it in moderation. That's all.
I'm with you.
But no.
What's your guy being charged with tomorrow? Do you know?
It's ECW. Candy gun, 23 years old and got stopped by the police.
Okay.
Choices, not mistakes. I call them choices. Be careful.
I'll tell you something. I don't know if I completely agree with how we handle gun violence or offenses. I can understand because they're not assaultive or, but I mean, I don't know about you, Mr. Reed, but we got to do something about this. There's too much of it going on. I mean, I get it.
Fix it. We've gone through 3 Detroit police chiefs and they all tried to fix it. I guess the third was getting ready to try, but I don't know how you get them out of their hands. I don't know how
I don't know. I don't know.
Urban America is a hard fix. You take one out of the hand, they got one in the other hand. So, I deal with it.
And you know what? I get it too. Some places are more dangerous than others, and you feel as though you got to protect yourself. But it's just, I'll tell you something. You get one of these, and then you're convicted on one of those. That's your felony. That ruins your life. I mean,
yep, I agree.
Unless they have an attorney like you, and you know what, somehow it just gets dismissed over and over again, and then people are like, "Oh, the word's out." Attorney Reed.
I hate that part, but that's the true part. And it happens. I'll be like, "Look, first offense, yeah. Second offense, yeah. But third and fourth, no, something's wrong with you. So, you didn't get it just because you think you're gonna harm me. No, it don't work like that."
Well, you want to know what though? That third and fourth time. That's when I start pushing that, hey, listen, they're a danger. They're not listening. They're not going to change their way.
Listening. Yeah. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
So we just got to pray about it. I don't know how to get the guns out of these people's hands. Too many guns.
First powerful.
I got a CPO, but I don't carry a gun. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, but I get it though too. Now after doing this for a while, I get it. The different circumstances, and they connote different reasons for people doing what they do. I understand.
I do too, but I don't like it. I just go home. Stay home.
It's kind of like that whole idea with your example of Patron or Hennessy. You know what? I mean, you start mixing that, and then you got these guys, and then it's just like, then it just gets out of control, man. Then
it really does. If somebody's loved one is hurt or killed because of that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
If I were a judge, that's where I'd be the hardest on drunk drivers. I couldn't take it because that doesn't.
Those are rough.
No.
Those are rough. Those are rough.
Horrible.
And that, you know, some of these things, people are looking for other people, or, you know, it's predestined that, you know, they have friends or they're helping up. Those are the ones where that could be anybody, anywhere, anytime.
You're
That's
sad.
You have a tough job, man. You got a tough job.
And I do. I accept my assignment, but I don't always like it.
Yeah.
You know, 45 years. You know, I've been doing this. Amazing.
Well, you know what they say, Mr. Reed. I mean, you're never going to retire. You may lose your appeal and, you know, sometime down the road, but you're not going to retire. You're just too good at it.
Well, I thank God for that. Thank God for you.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just doing what I can, trying to help somebody change their life. If I can get one person to change, then I'm happy, you know.
Amen. You gotta get those 5 more years in so you can get that little gold pin that they give you for your 50-year anniversary, man.
I gotta make it 5 more years. That's something. I'm gonna do the best I can.
I have my dad's. My dad's, when he ended up passing, he had a whole bunch of stuff. But you know what?
What?
Something really special was he felt proud in the sense that he was practicing, did it the right way for over 50 years.
50
you know,
years.
And they give you this tiny little pin. It really insignificant to most.
Right.
But for the ones that actually get it,
it means a lot.
It means a lot. It means.
Yeah, I agree. Well, pray for me. Maybe I'll make it.
I'll pray for you.
If not, I'll see you outside. You know what I mean? This world is tough.
I don't know if I could do this for that long. I'll tell you that much.
And I understand why.
It's different though.
Mm.
It's different now though too. I mean, even in the 20 years I've been doing it, man, a lot of stuff changed. So.
It changed. It's a different world. People become too entitled. That's all.
Yeah. We'll finish another time.
All right, we will. Stop by the church. Yeah.
Nope.
They just got to interview one person. One person.
Not our.
Hello. One person.
One person.
Because I'm ready to go, Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed came in ready.
I'm ready. Almost said I'll wait for appearance and just the personal box. I'm out of here. Sorry.
With permission to go on the Colombian missionary.
Hey, look, that was Tourette syndrome. It just blurted out. Woo.
Hello? Anybody? Hello?
Amazing.
We're in trouble when they don't even listen to you, Magistrate. We're all in trouble.
I'm used to it by now.
Mm.
Oh, here we go. Okay, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
I just told you that.
What's your
Hello.
name, man? Hello.
Mercedes, I can't see. There's something on the screen.
Oh, ma'am, don't play. Just say your name, please.
I did. I said it's Mercedes.
You have a last name, Mercedes? Is it Benz?
No, it's Branch. I'm sorry.
All right, case number 240-460-3701. Peterson, Michigan versus Mercedes Branch. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Stevenson for the people.
Ryan Moran, PA 3665. I'm here for Ms. Branch. Waive reading, stand mute. Ms. Branch has been advised of her rights.
Further not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, being charged as a DV and an NDOP, I don't have any priors on this gal. Maybe a little separation would be good based on the allegations. We'll leave that up to you. We're going to be recommending personal with the no contact.
No objection, Judge.
Okay, it doesn't look like they live together. $10,000 personal bond, no contact with Lemus or Denise Rogers, no contact with the Fairmont address while this case is pending. Pre-trial, December 11th, in front of Judge Garrett. Step aside, Ms. Branch.
Thank you.
Can I say one thing though?
No.
He has personal property.
What?
Huh?
What did she say?
We'll take that up at your next court date. Let's take that up at your next court date, Ms. Branch.
No, I'm saying that Lamel Rogers, he has my personal property. He has my cell phone and my clothes at his
Okay,
residence.
ma'am, step aside. Have a good day. Step aside.
Okay. That's fine. Six, five.
Ooh. What's your name, ma'am?
Shante Raquel Cox.
All right, it's case number 240-608-0401. Peterson, Michigan versus Shante Cox. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Stevenson for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Daniel Reed, P number 30965, appearing on behalf of Ms. Cox. We waive before reading and stand mute.
All right, court of not guilty plea on behalf of the client. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, defendants retained one of the best counsels out there. We're not going to consider her a danger or a flight risk at this time. No objection to a personal.
Thank you very much.
And any, you wanted to be able to travel out of the country to do missionary work?
I do, Your Honor. If you could allow her to please go out of the country. She's scheduled to leave in the morning. She's going to do some missionary work over there also. Right, Ms. Cox?
Correct, sir.
Thank you.
May travel to Colombia and back. $5,000 personal bond while this case is pending. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Again, you may travel to Colombia and back. Probable cause December 6th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 13th in front of Judge Jefferson. Have a good day, ma'am, and have safe travels.
Did you say probable cause is on December 6th?
Don't worry about it. I have that. I'll waive your appearance.
Okay.
That's your birthday. We know that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Call me when you get out. It may be a few hours, but when you get out, call me.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day, everybody. See everybody tomorrow.
All right.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
I'll call in
Sounds good.
tomorrow. What time should I call in tomorrow, Judge, you think? On Sunday.
For what?
I have a new Drew. I think his should be done by tomorrow.
Oh, call about after 11.
After 11.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Everybody stay
All right.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, see you.